dreams. I'm coming straight out. New York, big city of dreams. NYC.
What's going on? This is Jailers from Knick of Time Show. Here, giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time, man. And it's time to talk about these Knicks and this loss, man. We lost to the Brooklyn Nets, man. The Brooklyn Nets, the New Jersey Nets, the paint jobs, whatever you want to call them. We lost to them 112 to 114. Julius Randle had a triple-double, his fourth triple-double of the season. Rob, 19 points, 12 assists, 15 rebounds, and still in a block. Reggie Bullock is coming on in the second half of the season, looking really sharp since All-Star break with 21 points. 6 of 11 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3. RJ Barrett looking real nice as well, 22 points. Shot well from the 3 as well, 4 from 6 from 3. And Derrick Rose, very efficient, 14 points and 3 assists, man. It looked like we had this game kind of under control, man. For 2 quarters, we just had 67 points. James Harden went down, so all they had left was Kyrie Irving. And you're like, all right, cool. With Kyrie Irving left, we can focus the defense on Kyrie, and we should be able to come away with this win. But there was a few things that the Knicks really didn't do correctly, and it caught us in the foot. You saw the mistakes we made in the third quarter, and we saw some of the mistakes that we made in the fourth quarter as well. And ultimately, those mistakes cost us the game. And you know what? We're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the good, the bad, and most certainly the ugly. Listen, man. For me, guys, we had the 15 guys to do it. In my eyes, we had the 15. You saw the clip. You saw the clip the day before, when they talked about the big 3 versus the big 15. We had the 15 guys to do it, but it didn't all come together. So let's just go. Let's just talk about it. Raw, what did you see from this game? What are your takeaways?
This was just as frustrating to me, maybe more so because it was the Nets, but but as the Minnesota game, because this was a winnable game.
Very winnable.
Winnable game. Even with the bad third quarter, we could have won the game. It was just really, even with bad refereeing, even with bad third quarter, we still could have won this game. And it was, came down to a tactical error in the fourth quarter. And that's what I saw. Terrible.
Tactical error in the fourth quarter. That's a nice way of saying it. Tactical errors. How did you see it, Mr. Alex?
Jay, Raw, first of all, great being with you guys here to talk about the Knicks.
Yeah.
For what we saw yesterday, obviously it was I'm frustrated with the loss too, just because we had a good 13 to 15 point lead, going into the half, and then coming in the third quarter, we still had a nice commanding lead, and then it went from nice, good ball movement to just a lot of ISO plays, a lot of hero ball starting in the third, especially within the last 3 minutes where we had back-to-back isolation plays, even trying to move in transition. We had a lot of Julius Randle trying to do it all himself, which I get it. He's our guy, but he has to understand that there's a team around him that's going to help him, and he has to keep them involved too, to keep the ball moving and keep the defense honest. And we went away from that. We started getting back into it once the Nets started taking a lead, and we started playing team basketball. After bricking so many shots, we got close to get that lead back. But then it's just a lot of ISO play, man. A lot of ISO play, a poor defensive call on Elfrid Payton to go mano-a-mano with one of the best isolation players in the game, that is Kyrie Irving. I do not understand how you wave off someone when you just see double team was working with everybody. You are going against the best guy.
What is your problem, Elfrid Payton?
What are we doing? Too many bonehead. Like I was telling you guys off the season, it just reminds me of last season when we played the Phoenix Suns. He had a good game, just had a child. And then next thing you know, he starts going over the heads of people trying to steal for a ball. It's like, dude, you just fouled some. What you're doing too much, my man. You're doing way too much. And he did way too much yesterday trying to take on Kyrie Irving by himself. So it's just a frustrating loss because there's some calls that were questionable at the beginning of the game.
Right.
And then when it came down to, Jeff Green, the thing that I feel like is always in the Knicks remedy for these close losses: can't rebound, can't box out, foul at the wrong moment within the last couple minutes of the game, and we had to give it to Jeff Green again, who was killing
Jeff Green
last time we played.
Yeah, he killed us the last time we played. Yo,
man, Jeff Green's a long time Knick killer. He's been on like every team in the league, and he always plays his best games against them.
I rather Jeff Green, to be honest with you, but other than the other guys, because we caught a break, man. We caught a break. We caught a break when Harden went down in the first, right? Because to me, when we lost the first time or the second time anyway, I understand that Kyrie Irving is an offensive juggernaut. He can make, every shot imaginable. But when I'm looking at the game, Harden is what makes that team go. He's what makes that team go. And it's because you can see it when we're doubling Kyrie versus when you double Harden. The plays that Harden makes versus the play that Kyrie makes, right? That's why Kyrie went to Harden and said, "You are the point guard in the first place," when he got over there. Because Harden, he typically makes the correct play. And when the Knicks made the correct play in that fourth quarter and decided to kick the ball out of Kyrie's hands, he wasn't getting the easy baskets. He wasn't getting those easy baskets. So we played absolutely played that whole hand wrong when Elfrid Payton decided to play hero ball and guard him one-on-one.
Bruh.
First and foremost.
Exactly. Man, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. So, okay. So at this point of the season, where we are right now, the Knicks obviously are still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We have 21 games left. So we are now established certain facts are established. The Knicks are a really good defensive team. Okay. That's established fact.
Right.
Also established is we suck in the third quarter. That's established.
Super established.
Okay?
Yep. But Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's also been established that you cannot trust Elfrid Payton in the fourth quarter of a tight game. It's just you already see that now. Okay. It's not just last year, like Alex mentioned. Last year is this year. We've seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I want to see my man, and I have not criticized him all season. Everybody knows this from the channel. I have not criticized Thibodeau. I would like to see some adjustments. I want to see what he's going to do going forward. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see some adjustments. What adjustments he's going to make, I don't know, but he needs to make some now. Okay. So let's see what he does, because we got the stretch of games, 21 games left. When Alex was talking before the program started, I think the Knicks can win. Honestly, I think we can win 10 of those 21 games. If we do that, we're in 34 win territory. We're in the playoffs. Okay. In the East, that's playoffs.
Yeah.
So you got to make some adjustments.
We got to make some adjustments, man. And let me talk about some of the things that went right, and then the adjustments that need to be made, right? Because Julius Randle got a triple double, and a lot of his damage seemed to be done not because he was hitting his jump shot, because I don't feel like his jump shot was really on today. A lot of his damage was just done in transition, and he recognized that. I definitely think he recognized that, because in that third quarter when we started to make that push, there was a fundamental thing happen. He was the point guard, and Julius Randle was the point guard in the third quarter. When you saw the break, people were leading the break, it was mostly Julius Randle getting the rebound, Julius Randle pushing it, and him causing the double, and him causing the kick out to get us in that early lead. He was the reason why we were in that lead in the first place. It wasn't our point guards. It was Randle playing point guard. And even when Derrick Rose was on the floor, that was still true. And it kind of makes me think man, it would be a big help if Lonzo Ball is here to push the pace. Because a lot of what happened is there was not trust in that second unit. Reggie Bullock talked about we're not worried about the big three because we have the big 15. Does Tom Thibodeau know we have a big 15? Because I think Tom Thibodeau thinks we only have about a big 7.
Well, he played 10 yesterday.
He played 10 yesterday.
He played 10.
He did play 10, but when did he play the 10 is what I'm saying. Because when the game got tight in the third quarter, because the third quarter is the pivotal thing for me. When the game got tight in the third quarter and Julius Randle started bricking, and you can tell when Julius Randle's gassed. Because when Julius Randle's gassed, what happens? He starts bricking.
Starts off,
and he starts causing turnovers. Kyrie Irving is on the bench. At this point, Julius Randle's been playing point guard, and he's been pushing the ball by himself, so he's gassed at this point. He has nothing left to give, and Tom still refuses to take him out the game.
Bruh.
To me, that was the game. That was the time when you go back to your bench. You go to Obi Toppin. You go to Obi Toppin. We saw Obi Toppin with a pick and roll yesterday. For the first, I think it's the second time I've seen him as a roll man in the whole season. The second time.
It's few and far between that we see Obi as the roll man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I would like to see Obi and IQ got so few minutes yesterday, and I get it that you're trying to rely heavily on the veterans. It's an important game. They were in it, but the second unit was actually doing something.
Yes.
Obi looked pretty good. He went 2 for 3. He got 5 points. Woo, he's actually showing some confidence out there.
Oh, let's talk
IQ,
about 5 points, right?
IQ, even though he wasn't necessarily lights out, went 1 for 4. Didn't take a 3-pointer yesterday. He was still doing he was still playing well defensively. He was still helping move the ball. He was playing well where it's like, okay, the entire second unit should have been out there, especially when we didn't have when Kyrie wasn't on the floor anymore, right?
Right, exactly.
Tibbs likes to go with these hockey rotations, especially in the third quarter.
In the third quarter.
And it makes no sense for 8 to 9 minutes where we have to have the first unit play so many minutes. I get it. You rely heavily on your guys because you want them to get into the flow of the game. I understand. But they don't need to play that many minutes when your second unit was actually playing well. We're trying to give Julius Randle a break. We're trying to give RJ stagger some minutes, do something, be a little bit more creative. 8 minutes, and then you bring the second unit in for a short stint, and then you bring the first unit back in for most of the fourth quarter again. It doesn't make sense, and that's when we started to lose because Julius Randle's clearly getting gassed.
Clearly,
players are clearly getting gassed, and yet we're relying on them for 8 minutes, and you just start to see it's a true grind of just everything comes to a major halt. Gears are starting to cringe together, and it's just we can't have that, man.
Yeah.
We can't have that, especially if we're trying to make a playoff push.
We can't have that. At some point, we're going to start to break down. We're going to start to lose a lot of these close games because we're just gassed at the end. And here's the thing about me with Tom Thibodeau, right? Because Tom Thibodeau, he went on a sabbatical. He went away. He was like, "Oh, I'm studying the coaches now. I've studied how their lineups are going. I've studied their ways. So now people have fresh legs. And I've changed, guys. I've changed." You here's the thing, man. It's cool to talk the game, but you gotta play it. At this point, I'm talking to you, Kenny Payne. I'm talking to you, Johnny Bryant, because we need help, man. We need help. Tom is not going to change by himself. Somebody's going to have to force his hand in that organization. Because here's the problem. Here's the problem with Tom. Tom is the 11th best winning coach in the NBA. To him, he already has that proof of concept. My method works. My method works. So to get over that hump, to get to great to godlike, he's gonna have to tweak some things, and he might be a little bit too close to the sun to see that he's getting burnt right now. Just step back, let things change. Make those changes you said you was gonna make in the off season. Employ those changes right now, man. And somebody save us. KP save us. Not Kenny Payne save us. Johnny Bryant, somebody. Woodson. Somebody call Woodson on the floor. I feel like Woodson would be that voice of reason. Hey, man, Obi's been working on this game. Just let him get it. He's playing well. He's pick and rolling. You saw Obi hit a jump shot. Let him run. And an important time he hit a jump shot. Really. My rant's over.
Okay, all right. So first, I hear you, but I never believed for even 1 second that Thibodeau was going to change how he does things. I never believed. I told people last August, a leopard cannot take his spots away. This guy's going to do what he does. Now, that being said, even with the 9, he does. I mean, when he plays guys good minutes, he's usually sticking to 9. He went 10 last night, but even if he goes 9, he could play well. First of all, I think and tell me if y'all disagree, but I think we would agree it would be better for the Knicks team if Elfrid Payton was out of the rotation. It would really be better for us as a team. Work with everybody else and we'd be better off. But that's not going to happen. He's going to be loyal. He's going to play this guy. So, okay. But he can give Obi more minutes.
Right.
He can rest Randall when you see Randall's gassed.
Right.
He can give IQ more minutes and D Rose. He could do that and still stick with his 9 men. See, the reason I don't mind the 9-man rotation, even though I don't agree with all the players he plays, is because when you see the playoffs, every team gets it down to 9 men, 8 men rotation.
No,
so
I feel you.
Really, he's coaching for that, that playoff style, and that's going to be. I think that's going to help us. But he does need to notice when his major players, especially like a Julius Randle, is shooting his jump shot is short,
right,
and he needs a couple of minutes blow. And you got Obi Toppin here, 22 years, 33 years old, fresh. He needs to go in the game. Let's do something. So I agree with you there. And that's what I'm saying. When I say I want to see some adjustments, he's not going to change who he is. But I do want to see some more minutes for second unit guys. I want to see some more minutes for them.
No, you're right.
Absolutely. At least like stagger them. Like, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Elfrid Payton, like we know what Elfrid Payton is at this point. We know his limitations. He's clearly down in all aspects of his game from what he's been doing from previous years, whether it was in Orlando, Phoenix, New Orleans. It's not the same. Even like last season with the Knicks, he's not performing at that same standard. So instead of giving him most of the minutes, and we see IQ playing better defense, we see IQ just, he doesn't have to be this grand like floor general. I'd like to see him get more minutes, especially fine. If you want to start Elfrid Payton because you want to get, we also understand that D Rose has a cap of like 25 minutes. We see that D Rose, once he plays more than 25 minutes, he's kind of like useless.
Yeah.
Reasons, right. It sucks. And it sucks. That's how it is. But I get starting Payton like 10, 15 minutes because you're like, hey, we need to give like D Rose a little leeway before we get things going. Fine. Give IQ some more minutes. Let him play one for a little bit. I like the combo of Alec Burks and IQ as a backcourt for a while.
Absolutely.
That was working too. Alec Burks playing point guard. You can go that direction as well. There's so many creative ways that we could see Tibbs go at this point, and we've seen them work. So I would like to see something different. As Ross said, Tibbs is going to stick to his guns for most of it. Like, he's changed in some aspects. We hear that he's not having these crazy practices. Even when Julius Randle was on JJ Redick's podcast, you hear that he's not overworking them as he used to, right? They're not practicing as much because it is a condensed season. He doesn't want guys to get hurt. He wants them to make sure that they're also rest. On top of that, there are aspects of Tibbs being changed. Like, you hear him being like a softie and all that type of stuff. So he has changed.
He smiles now. We know.
I won't go completely off and say that he hasn't like changed some aspect about him, but this in particular, when it comes to the rotations, it needs to change, especially if you're trying to make a playoff push. You're going to need Julius Randle in the playoffs. 72 games, and then some. That's a lot. And Julius, he hasn't made a postseason yet. This is going to be his first time, and we're going to need him. And it's not just this season too. We got to think about the long haul with Julius. So, got to give him some rest.
Yeah, and I like the idea of giving IQ more minutes because we have seen that Julius, you just mentioned Jay Ellis. Julius is basically the point forward.
Yep.
And RJ has shown the ability to set up the offense as well and play. And so when you have because you mentioned how Julius was pushing the ball, RJ, when he pushes the ball, they do pretty well too.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying if you get both of those guys out there with IQ, I think you're going to have a better situation. And I think it's shown to be a better situation. So, and that's the only thing one of my biggest disappointments about Tom Thibodeau. And I'm not saying, look, man, anybody calling for him to be fired is an idiot because we won 21 games last year, and this guy has got us looking at playoffs right now. So I don't want to hear anything. He's the MVP of the team. But what I will say is that even though that being the case, I'm not trying to down him, but what's frustrating me is that it doesn't seem that he watches the analytics as much as I thought he would. I thought he would be more, watching the analytics.
They hired the guys, that's for sure. They did.
Yeah, because if you watch the analytics, EP might not be playing.
Yeah, you know what it is. He always says
a little. I thought he would look at him more than apparently he has.
Yo, Raw, they always ask him about that. They asked him about the analytics recently, actually. And his thing is, well, you got to look at everything in totality. It's not just about analytics, it's about the game and da-da-da-da. But I feel like he's aware of it because even in the way he brought Elfrid Payton back, right? First of all, he brought Elfrid Payton back in the fourth quarter under 3 minutes to go. And I was just like, what the?
I was like, what are you doing? I
was like, whose man's is this? Like, haven't we? Shout out to Alex for rocking the Whose Man's Is This shirt in stores now. But I was like, yo, whose man's is this, man? Like, how did we not see this movie already? And then to my chagrin, Elfrid Payton scored twice in a row. And I was like, all right. Because I was ready to tweet. I was ready. I had my hands on the keyboard. I'm about to, Elfrid Payton in the fourth. He scores 2 in a row. I was like, okay. I didn't hit send. I didn't even hit send. I just typed it out and erased it.
Dude, and that, like, it's but he did it though. He gave us clutch points,
right?
And then he took it away with going mano a mano with Kyrie Irving. And if he just let the double team happen, who knows? We may not even be talking about this. We may be talking about a victory. We may be saying, "Hey, we did it." You know,
I didn't see Kyrie score once when they doubled him. I didn't see him.
No, he didn't. No. He had to pass out.
He
had to pass out.
That's called pride, man. Go.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, he knows he can't go. Like, as talented as Kyrie is, he's also smart enough to say, I'm not going to try and beat 2 guys. I'm going to get to the guy that's open. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, we were quick enough to go back and double him any single time that he got it. That's so we're preventing him from trying to get that shot off because, as we see, he likes to do that sidestep 3-point jumper. Yeah. And it goes in. It's money. And I'm sick of seeing it against us, man. I'm just sick of seeing it
every single time. And they had the. He pushed off. I'm just saying he pushed off. At the end of the day, he did push. He pushed off.
But
you're not going to get that call.
I know you're not going to get that call, but it's still frustrating that you can blatantly just forearm somebody while you're crossing over.
They're going to get.
Nobody's going to call it.
He's going to get third step on a layup. He's not going to get that call when he pushes off. He's going to get that stuff. That's the superstar status. Like RJ, they call that on him, but not.
Yeah. Shoot, they call that on Julius.
I don't know about you guys, but because I live in Boston, I had to watch the NBA TV one, so I didn't get the MSG as I usually do because I have for League Pass. So I had to listen to Richard Jefferson, and everybody else talk about, you know what Kyrie likes to do, that sidestep, and then when he made that step, it's like, he did it again. And let's remember last season when he did it against RJ. I was like, oh my God. I have to just stop.
God, I'm so
leave me alone.
Happy I have MSG.
I want that GIF where Batman is slapping Robin right there. You know, just shut.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I'm just hope RJ is going after Paul Pierce. All right. Oh man. Yo, hold on. Let me pull the conversation right there. Just salute to the chat, man. Yo, salute to the chat. Man, thank you for everybody who's watching. Let me just salute to the chat real quick. Listen, you can, at this point, talk to us live. There's a Discord link pinned to the top. You can click that little link. If you see the Nick and Time Show link right there, if you click that little link, you can talk to us live and give us your thoughts on this game, your comments, your grievances, and even ideas if you have any. If you feel like we missed a topic or we just missed a subject, all right? So you can do that right now. But shout out to everybody in the chat as well. Shout out to Telem Alejandro, Junior Karuma, Rich Jim. Shout out to our mods. Shout out to Fritz, who's always holding it down. Iller is here all the time as well. Shout out to Nick 'em Up, Rakim Garcia. I like that name, Rakim Garcia. Santos, Anthony 212, and everybody else rocking with the KOT show, all right? Also, if you liking the program, please like, subscribe, and share. It's free. It helps the program grow. And you know what? Also, too, if you want to help grow the program, help keep things going, you can also send a super chat or hit the little link that Fritz is sending out, man, for Cash Apps and PayPals and things of that nature. All right. So shout out to everybody in Knicks Nation and KOT show supporting. And all right. Junior Corona says you can call up. Hey, hit that link if you want to call and talk. Hit that little link. I saw Fritz just post it. Hit that little link. Talk to us, and we can get it popping, man. We can definitely.
Jose Alvarez, you getting hard on him, boy.
Yo, man.
Jose.
I understand. Okay, I'm gonna just read this.
Jose, you gonna send the leg breaker?
Oh man, Jose Alvarez. He puts in a chat. I hope Peyton gets hurt. I don't want anyone getting hurt. I just hope that Tom gets common sense. That's all I really want. If you're gonna play Peyton, play him the first spots in the third. Winning time under 6 minutes. Keep him on the bench. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Keep him on the bench in winning time. All right, get the shooters out there. All right, and speaking of get the shooters out there, I think it's time to talk about a couple of shooters. I'm gonna give some flowers to Reggie. I gotta give more flowers to Reggie Bullock, man, because I've been talking over the last few weeks. I've been talking about how the Knicks' 3-point percentage has been steadily rising, and Reggie Bullock is a huge reason why our 3-point percentage has been steadily rising. And now he's starting to kind of produce past this second quarter, which is something that we need. And if he keeps playing like this, I mentioned it for the first time last game, World, that he might be a candidate to return.
No, I think they're going to keep Reggie. I think they're going to keep Bullock. He plays defense. Thibodeau obviously loves him, and he's a good spot-up shooter. And, you know, what else? Him and Burks are common, like, they're good playoff pieces. They really both are. Although I don't think they're going to bring Burks back, especially if they want to play Obi more next year. I don't see them bringing Burks back. But they're going to keep Reggie. I don't want him to sign more than 3 years, though. And I want 2 years to be option on the team. I don't want him to give more than that.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where his chemistry is just so on point with Randall right now. If Randall had to advocate for someone to stay on the team, I would think it would be Reggie. Just because you can just see the camaraderie between those two.
Oh yeah. No, they play well. They do play well together. They do. Yeah.
Yeah, that 2-man game is really good between Reggie and Julius. That was not something I thought would be coming out of my mouth this season.
Like, he's legit turning into Detroit Reggie right now. Well, go ahead.
No, it's good. Like, I was on Reggie at the beginning of the season because he was not shooting up the standards. His defense was okay, but now he's playing. I think it may have just been like the long layoff and no training camp that he needed to get back into shape and get things going. Same thing with Nerlens Noel. Nerlens Noel was just not what he is right now at the beginning of the season either.
Absolutely.
But Reggie, you know, he's shooting really well from behind the three. His defense, there was a possession where I forget, it got to Jeff Green for a corner three, and he rotated so quickly to contest that three, and like the Knicks got the rebound. I was just shocked at just how well he's just playing at this point in the game. Like, he went off yesterday, right? He had 21 points, 5 for 10 from three.
That's right.
You know, that's what we want from Reggie.
That's what we want.
That's a legit 3-and-D guy. So I'd be happy to have him back if he could continue this type of play. And Raw, I actually kind of think I could see Burks coming back as well too. I think if you don't bring back Peyton, I think that's really the key for
I'm just saying, okay, if you get rid of, and Alex, you could verify this because you might have looked at it all too. But if you take all the guys on 1-year deal, you take their money off the books, the Knicks have over $63 million of cap space. So you know they're going to go after Lonzo. If they're successful, that probably takes a maximum, hopefully, of $20 million off. You got to pay Mitch. I don't think they're going to let Mitch walk. They're going to pay him probably 12. So I'm thinking you're trying to save some money for a Zach LaVine type in the next summer. Like next summer, LaVine's unrestricted if he doesn't extend. And you got a couple of other guys that might be unrestricted if they don't extend. So I'm thinking they want to keep $30 million for next summer. That's what I'm So
the thing
in that regard, you counting Obi against the cap. He's already on. RJ's already on. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Frank, but Kevin's already on. They got Frank. Frank is right now at $8 million for the qualifying offer on the books right now, but his cap hold is more than that.
He might be going too. That might be
going. Yeah, so I'm not sure what they're going to do if they let. I don't think they're going to just let him walk for nothing though. I can't see them doing that, but I can see them making him part of a deal, a package deal for somebody if they could get him. But I'm not sure how you fit Burks, who is obviously going to be looking for something long term. He's like 27, 28, and Bullock, and still save money for next year.
I think you can still sign these guys for long-term deals. As we've seen, there's guys who sign multiple years and they can just be moved because you do need cap filler if you want to make deals coming down the road. someone like Burks is going to be used on. They can use a Burks on any team, honestly.
Yeah.
If you give him like a
Facts.
long term deal, like if you give him 3 years on a nice salary, and you need to make a move, say if you're trying to trade for Zach LaVine because next year is the end of his contract, you could say, hey, look, we got Burks right here. You're probably going to need shooting because
That makes sense.
you don't really have much of it. So
That's a
That
great
makes-
point.
make a trade.
So
and you
so
just
that's a
add
good
in
point. So
him
what
in
you're
there.
saying is, even though they might sign him,
You can still
they could
flip
still
him.
use his salary in a trade for a guy like a player that's a 30 million, 25 million. Okay, that makes sense. So let me ask you, what do you think is a good number for Burks?
Probably somewhere around the $8 million an average range. Probably somewhere around there. I
was thinking 324.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't see how you can give him any. He's a role player.
Yeah.
How much can he actually make? If you're thinking that Lonzo's going to average 20,
Yeah.
and this is the Burks is a good shooter. He's a little streaky. I can't see him making like Davis Bertans like 15 million a year. There's no way. I think teams see something like that for a lot of shooters and they're like,
Washington overpaid. That was stupid.
hey, it's Washington though,
Hey,
so
man,
I don't
let
really
them
care
do
about
what they do,
Washington. Let them do what they want to do.
Let them do
What
what they
I'm saying
do,
is that
man.
when you overpay for a guy like that, now Burks is looking saying, well, if that guy got that money, I should get that money. That could cause problems for us, because he's not worth more to me, Burks, than at the most 27 over 3, and I'm that's the max I would give Burks.
Yeah, he's absolutely he's more versatile at this point. But to your point,
Yeah,
like, I
and
don't know what they're gonna do with Frank. So you're right. They can be like if they might not even re-sign Frank, or they can use Frank with Burks with another guy in a package for Levine. So that's actually a pretty good point.
They could also
if you wanted to add draft picks, I don't think Chicago would just do that with just those two guys. You got to have some picks.
Oh yeah,
for it.
obviously. I think draft picks is assumed when I'm talking about Zach LaVine.
they're going to need draft picks. They gave up this year's draft pick and they gave up 23 or the 25. So they gave up 2 first rounders for Vooch. So they're going to need draft
They
picks.
definitely
so,
gonna need draft picks. They might be 2 or
you could easily, if they want to make that type of deal, I think if the Knicks wanted to do something, add Burks in as like a cap filler. If you need a young guy too,
Yeah, that makes.
I think it's doable.
That makes
Frank,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get to Frank because we brought this up the last time I was on with you guys. Raw, I know you talked about a sign and trade potentially for Alonzo Ball. You could do kind of like a sign and trade, just do a double sign and trade with Frank and Lonzo if you really wanted to. If New Orleans wanted Frank, those are other options to see what's out there.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible. A sign and trade with him is definitely possible. But I didn't think of the angle you brought up with Burks, because that is very true in terms of being able to use that salary later, because he is a plug and play type of guy.
fits anywhere.
For anywhere, yeah. So you can put him in anybody and off the bench role, any playoff team also. And so I think that's a good situation. I like that. So yeah, in that regard, yeah, we could probably sign him.
And speaking of Burks, the context of this game too, because I think this is something else we need to talk about when it comes to Thomas' rotation and who he chooses to play, because I was kind of worried when Derrick Rose first got here, because I felt like IQ is gonna get less time at the point guard spot. And it seems like it's happening right now. I'm not gonna like Derrick Rose is the first guard off the bench as a point guard, right? But all right, cool. So at this point, I've accepted it. He's gonna get spot minutes at the point guard. Cool. Now, at this point, if you're going for winning now, I think if you're looking at the track record over the last week, we already know Derrick Rose, he plays really good for this amount of time. But he's gonna stick around his average, right? He's gonna stick to around 14 points a game. Even if he, like, in the first quarter or two, he hit that 14-point mark fast, and after that, it was like, all right, I'm out of gas. Like he used all this rosiness there. At this point, I think it's safe to say, game on the line, Alec Burks has to be the first point guard off the bench, right? If you're not going to play IQ, it has to be Alec Burks, right? Because he's just seemed like he's proven time and time again to hit clutch shots in the fourth quarter.
He makes me nervous at point guard, though. Oh my god!
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Bro. I'm glad that you said
nervous. He makes me nervous. I like him as an off-ball guy. I don't like him with the ball in his hand. He makes me nervous. He's not a great playmaker, and he's not a good defender. Of all of the rotation pieces that Tom Thibodeau uses, even including Obi, I say Burke is the worst defender we got in that top 10.
Yeah, he's a bad team defender.
I mean, I was like, oh my god,
he's a bad team defender.
And sometimes he does some of the stupidest behind the back at the wrong time
Yeah.
in traffic. No,
Minnesota comes very close to mind. Think about that.
Yeah, but
Right.
you know, this is the thing. I know that they're limited into what they can use, so I understand them using him in that role. I understand it until we can get, you know, something better. And I also, it makes sense when you understand that Tom doesn't trust any rookie.
Right.
And big minutes at the end, even quickly, as much as he likes him. That's why you see that kind of thing. So if that's all we got, I'd rather actually I'd put that 10 out of 10 before having Alfred Payton on the floor. Give me Burks all night.
Yeah,
I agree.
and I'm really getting to this last shot, really. I'm really getting to this last shot, really, because the last shot, and I'll keep saying this, I do feel like Julius Randle can make clutch shots if he's not used too much in the quarters prior to that. Because I've seen, like, what game was it where he hit like a step back three in the corner, and then he almost, these games come at you so fast, man. Was it the 76ers game?
Was it a clutch situation?
Yeah, it was a clutch situation. Time running out, he hits a clutch three in the corner.
I think that was against. I think yes, because that was a close game too. I think that was against.
And in that game, I was looking at him like, man, he has so much energy. There's been plenty of times in this situation where he shoots the shot and he just clanks off the rim, and he has so much energy this game. And to me, it was because he was able to take some plays off, and somebody else is able to carry the load. So I do think he has the ability to hit those shots. And so people have been killing him for missing those clutch shots, but he can hit them. As long as we have more playmaking somewhere else, he can hit them. But in games like yesterday, where he's been gassed and Burks just finished hitting a clutch shot, I think you have to go back to him.
Yeah, but there's two things though. One is that what Magic said is absolutely true with regard to Lonzo, but just in general, the Knicks do not get a lot of easy baskets.
Absolutely.
And that also wears on a guy like Julius. If you could get 2, 3, 4 easy baskets in the game, that alone is going to give him more energy, because he's not going to have to work so hard every play. They plod the ball up the court every play that they're playing, that grind it out, and that will wear him down. Number two, you know, as RJ develops more, and he is developing, and I think next year you're going to see another level from him. Even I think he might be all-star level next year. If he develops like that, that's going to take a lot of load off Julius.
That's true. That's very true.
Right now, we got to remember, we're still in the first year of a rebuild. So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm not going to kill Thibodeau as much as he drives me crazy with some of the things he's doing. We're talking about playoffs with the Knicks. And if you talk to me in September and somebody said, playoffs the Knicks, they'd be laughing at you.
Yeah, you're right.
But we're talking about playoffs in the Knicks right now. And that's due to Thibodeau and how he coaches. So, you know, I'm not going to kill him too much. This is the first year of our rebuild. But what it is that you can taste it. Like we're right there.
We're at the cut.
You know, there's a couple of games we should have won, and we're right there. So that makes you more frustrated, because like you can see it.
Yeah, man.
Light the end of the tunnel, and then the door shuts
right
on.
there. Exactly.
Right there, you know?
Exactly. It's just what it's, man. If we play our cards right, play our minutes right, we can win these tight games, man. We have the pieces to win tight games. Like, it seems like we're learning to win, but I do feel like we do have the pieces to win tight games. It's just a matter of the pieces. Now hold on, guys. We have a caller should be setting up right now. So, caller, I don't know if you're there. Can you hear me? Soulfinger, can you hear me? All right. I can't hear anything right now. So I'm gonna see if you can get it.
He's probably still setting up. He's probably
still setting up. All right. Cool. All right. Right about now. All right. Well. Salute to the chat while he's trying to get ready. Just salute to the chat real quick. Shout out to Junior Corona, Roger McCall. Shout out to Fritz, who's always doing this thing. Now Fritz, let me know if you can hear him when he was testing him earlier. All right. So salute to the chat, man. Listen, if you like the show, please please subscribe, please share. Also, if you send any super chats, it will help grow the channel. Going to help get raw camera. We're going to help do some tweaks. We help pay the writers and things of that nature as well. So shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. All right. And the next show, actually, we have a game tomorrow. We have a game tomorrow, which is
Mhm.
Wednesday.
Boston, yeah.
Boston. We have a game
At
tomorrow
Boston.
with Boston.
My man Alex gonna be at the game.
Yeah,
I
Alex
will
is
be
going to
at the
be
game.
at the game, man.
We
So
expect
we
a
need
report,
you to
Alex. I want to
call.
see a live report, bruh.
I will be posting. Don't worry. I'll be posting, rooting for the team, and get in front of Celtics fans' faces about this because I think we could take
Don't
them.
get kicked out for throwing popcorn on Ainge, man.
No, I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this though. When I went to TD Garden last year, they get those big like paper, like thick paper that they give you like the schedule, like say like cheer for the team. Yo, Celtics fans can be ruthless, man. They were making those things into paper planes, throwing it all over the place in the arena. It was hitting people on the heads. So, got to bring a hard hat for tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, you're not gonna be wearing any Knicks paraphernalia, are you?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, you gotta pray for him. They get ruthless up there, man. I think
I
they're
would be wearing
worse
the
though.
orange
I
and
think the Red Sox fans are worse.
Yes.
If you go to a Red Sox game and you're wearing a Yankee stuff, you're asking to get beer poured on you. You're just asking for it.
I mean, I have, and getting close. Thankfully, I went to the when Jeter retired, so they were actually in good graces.
Oh, they were
so
okay.
I was safe.
Okay, yeah, they get ugly up there, boy.
So guys, like, I know we're still trying to get this thing situated. How do you feel? What do you think about this Celtics game coming up, man? We beat the Celtics before, so you know what happens when we beat the Celtics. When you beat a team, they want to come back for their revenge game, so you know revenge is on their mind. They just got a new guy in Fournier there, who, you know, he's a guy who he likes to play us. He likes to play us a little bit.
He loves to play the Knicks.
Yeah,
man.
he loves to play the Knicks, man. How do you see this game going?
The Celtics are like a poisonous snake that's sleeping, man. They could wake up on us. We gotta be ready tomorrow. You know, anything can happen. We could blow them out, or they can beat us. Anything can happen tomorrow.
Yeah, the Celtics are a team that you don't know what you're going to get. They're underperforming this season. They're in the 7th spot right now as we're in the 8th. You know, they had high expectations for the season after making the conference finals last year in the bubble. And they have performed well. They got Tatum and Brown. Last time we played them, they didn't have Tatum. I think if I remember correctly,
Right.
they did have
Yeah.
Brown. The team's a little different now, you know. So when Tatum's going to be there, a shooter that we have to make sure that we're guarding at all times because he can go off. I think the Knicks can actually beat them because I don't see I don't see them as a legitimate threat as they were last season. I think they're still recovering after a deep postseason run and trying to get their wheels back under them. On top of that, there's been reports about them gelling together as a unit. You've had all the talks about Ainge not doing well. You had all the talks about Brad Stevens not being up to snuff with his coaching.
Right.
So I think you can catch the Celtics are a team that they're either going to be sleeping or they're on their A game, and you just don't know which one you're going to get. So
Exactly.
I do think it's a winnable game, but it's not something the Knicks should take lightly. This is a game they can win, and they should go in there with a mentality saying, we got to step on their necks in order to win this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it looks like I've seen news is they're hopeful that Tristan Thompson will be available for the Knicks on Wednesday, so he might be in doubt. So look out for that. Jaylen Brown, he seems like he's battling knee tendonitis as well.
Yeah, he's been having that problem. I thought he was going to miss our game, but I think he's going to play. But he's been battling that problem.
Right. So they might be banged up a little bit coming in tomorrow's game. We definitely we have to jump on them, man. We need this win.
Is Fournier out? They listed him as out on ESPN.
I don't go by ESPN. I'd have to check him.
Yeah, you're smart not to go by ESPN. Yeah, it's true. But they got an O next to it. But then again, they got Thompson that's out too, and I think you just said he might be available tomorrow.
It might. Okay.
They got Thompson listed as out. They got Fournier listed as out.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna try. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get in contact with Fizz. Yo, shout out to the Man show, man.
Oh, it says Fournier's out because of COVID protocol.
Oh wow, okay. So Fournier is also out. So we definitely have to catch this game. Yo, shout out to the Man. It sends a $5 super chat. Says the Knicks are gonna win. Boston hasn't been the same since they lost Scary Terry.
True. The
Very
curse
true,
of Scary
yo.
Terry. That's right.
Yo, shout out to if you want to join the Discord, I'm not sure what's happening with the caller. He's not his sound does not seem to be available right now. But if you want to join the Discord, you can hit that link that Fritz just posted, and there's also a link at the top where you can join and talk to us, man.
Hey, Alex, does Tristan Thompson have a heart problem? They said they're doing a cardiac test on him.
I have no idea what's going on with Tristan Thompson.
They said they're expecting to do a cardiac test on Friday. Said Thompson COVID-19 health and safety protocol will take a cardiac test Friday with the hope of gaining clearance to return to the action next week.
Hold on. You know what?
Hello?
Here we go. I got it. Okay, hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I hear you guys. Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you.
I guess he can't hear us, man.
No. Hello.
Hey, what's going on? What's your name? Where you from?
Hello.
So he's hearing crickets.
I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. Raw, say something, Raw.
Can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
I can hear
I
you.
hear him.
He can hear Raw, but he
I
can't
can
hear me.
you,
That's
Uncle
interesting.
Raw.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Who
we'll
is
talk
it?
to him, Raw.
Who is this?
This Soul Finger.
Oh, my man. Where you calling from, Soul?
Calling from sunny San Diego.
Sunny and expensive San Diego.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, I want to say shout out to you guys. Hey, Uncle Raw, as you know, I'm always following you. I put you on. Hey, my work day don't start until I can see you. You drop a jewel on my head, and I'm good.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that,
All right.
So, and then with Jay Ellis, hey, keep rocking the way you doing. And a shout out to Ron, man. You know, hey, I'm a big time Knicks fan. Love my Knicks. Bleed that blue and orange.
There it is.
And I wanted real quick, since I know my time got limited trying with the technical difficulties. I heard you talk. You were talking about Lonzo coming,
Right.
And I was thinking about free agency, and also was talking to Ron a little bit. If you couldn't get, I want to throw this name out here. Somebody, because I was looking at guards that people probably hadn't thought about. Would you think about Brunson in Dallas with the Mavericks? You think about him a little bit. I mean, as a backup, possibly, coming to the team along with the Kelly Oubre.
I like Brunson. I don't even know if you can hear me.
I like him. I just don't like him as a starting point guard. I like him.
Yeah. I wouldn't say as a starter because I think we would have roles. We still would have roles, but somehow we would to lose something happen or whatever. If you would bring a Brunson, I kind of like Brunson coming off because he's an energy guy and change up things. But I do like Kelly Oubre. I'm all on the Lonzo train. Bring Lonzo. Lonzo or bust. That's the way I look at it.
I'm with it too.
Absolutely.
But I like, and the thing is, what scares me about Brunson is that Thibodeau loves him. No, what I'm saying is that even he would play him the EP minutes and he might hurt IQ. That's the problem I have.
Right.
I like Brunson. I like the role he's playing in Dallas right now, and if we played that role, I would like that. But as far as the point guards, like I look at it in two ways: either we're looking at a long-term solution as a starting point guard, or we're looking at a stopgap. And so we got backup with D Rose and IQ and Burks now. If we sign him according to what Alex brought up, that's a good point. So we need a starter. So if we could get Lonzo at 23 or 24, he's a long-term starter. We get a Dennis Schroeder, he's a long-term starter. If we get a Lowry, he's a stopgap, but he's a good stopgap. But that's what I'm talking about as far as it's going to make an impact on our team as far as winning right away. So Brunson, I like him as a bench piece on a playoff team. I don't like him as a starter. That's going to make an impact on our team right now.
Okay, that's what I was looking at. Because I'm all with it on the Lonzo deal. And I've said it before, and I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to jump up and down. I'm going to beat Trigger until he can't move no more. And then when he stop moving, I'm going to roll a grenade on him. We're gonna get another player. We're gonna get another player that nobody sees coming. I think Lonzo's gonna be the key. He's gonna be that's the point we're gonna make. But we're gonna get another player. We're gonna get one of those big fish nobody seen coming. It's gonna be like the Phantom Punch. That's basically what it's gonna be when we get this next player.
Brother, I hope you're right.
Brother,
I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right.
I hope you're right too.
Hey, I'm speaking to existence.
That's right. You're gonna be like LeBron.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
There you go.
So,
and I have.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for the time. I'm sorry I couldn't hear Jay, but hey, big ups to you guys, you cats. Hey, y'all keep doing what you're doing, bringing this good Knicks talk because we need it. Like I said, I'm on the West Coast, so I don't get a lot of this Knicks talk, and I'm not a native New Yorker either. I'm from the South. I'm from Louisiana.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Welcome, Southern Knicks fans doing it.
And I love, like I said,
appreciate
love the Knicks. Hey, like I said, I let not too far from Willis Reeves originally, from his hometown. So
Okay,
hey.
in down in Louisiana.
Yes, indeed, Shreveport.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So, all right, well, hey, thank y'all again for taking my call. Hey, let's do it. Hey, tomorrow's gonna be the Boston beatdown, and like I told him on Ron's show earlier, it's like eating that doggone Popeye's biscuit with no water, man. We're gonna choke them out.
Go ahead, so that's right, baby. That's
Popeye,
right.
Yo,
I know that's right,
you, man. Thanks for calling, man.
Oh.
For real.
All right.
That was a great call.
Perfect, JLS. That's perfect.
I got the Brunson contract. Okay, so on the screen, and it seems like he has another year. It seems like an optional. He has a team option.
Yeah.
For $1 million,
1.8.
1.8.
I don't think
they're picking that up. That's a no-brainer.
They're not stupid.
They're not stupid.
They're gonna keep it.
I agree with Raw on the Brunson part. I like him as an off the bench energy guy. Unless you think, I guess the only way I could see that working is like if you put D Rose into the starting rotation, you still max him out at 25, and then you want Brunson coming off and ending games or playing a majority of the minutes with IQ or whoever.
That's good.
It's the only way I could see that work. But even then, it's just we're still talking about stopgaps, and Lonzo is really the best option, the 23-year-old guard who's improved his shot, a guy who can push the ball in transition, who can make those passes that we need. Get him here. I don't see any other team that can compete with us in signing him, and like just do it.
Just
do it.
Just get her done.
That's right.
Get her done. And you know what too? I know you like Dennis Schroeder, and Dennis Schroeder is a good player, but I'm still worried about having another 6'3" guy here.
I agree with you. I'm not going to front JLs. You speaking facts, but I'm going to be honest with you. Being from New York, Schroeder got that New York swag about him, and I got a soft spot.
You like the blonde. You like the blonde streak.
He reminds me of what was the kid from DePaul that was from the Bronx back in the late '80s, man. Oh God, one of my favorite players, man. He played with Mark Jackson for a minute before Rod Strickland. He got that Rod Strickland swag, man. And that's what I like. I'm not gonna front. I mean, you could think of a million reasons why he doesn't fit, and I probably would agree with you. But I just like that Rod Strickland swag he got, man. That's my man right there. I just say I would be happy with him. And that's just me. That's just one of Raw's favorites. That's all. Okay,
that's cool. That's fair. That's fair. That's definitely fair. But yo, we got the caller working, man. But that was a weird one because he could hear you guys, but not me. I'm not sure what that's about, but it is what it is. Made it work. All right.
Oh man.
Not sure how that works.
I think you 9mm yourself, man.
Maybe.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay. Well. All right. I know that's Raw just wanted me to hit the gunshots because I didn't hit the gunshots today because we lost. So I didn't hit the gunshots.
But waiting for that other one. You probably can't do it on you probably cannot do it on YouTube though.
Maybe we can.
We gotta wait for the appropriate time. But
wait for the appropriate time. After 5 minutes, I get that. You know how YouTube does.
To give you guys the update, the medical update for the Celtics tomorrow. These are the official ones that they have right now. Tristan Thompson is questionable. You have Evan Fournier, who is day-to-day because of the COVID protocol. And then you have Semi Ojeleye, who is sidelined because of his hip. And he's out indefinitely. So
he's another guy causes problems for us when he plays. So I'm glad he's sidelined.
All right. Well, we got that. We definitely need this win. All right. Definitely need this win. For real. Hey, yo, Sideshow, shout out to
our guys? All our guys going to be available? Is anybody out?
I probably won't know until tomorrow on our guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, besides Mitch. Yo, shout out to Jay Boogie in the chat. I see you. He said, I thought he was going to say Kenny Patterson.
No, I'm talking about Rod Strickland, man.
Yeah, Rod Strickland.
Got that, Dennis Schroeder got that Rod Strickland swag, man. He does. I like that, man.
Bro, that's
high
high praise.
Point guard, man. I like that.
Yeah, yo, salute to the chat, man. I don't see nobody else in the queue, so I'm going to just wrap it up. I know Iller said he's going to try, but I don't see Iller over here. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. So shout out to Craig Ward. He says, I'm trying to be a caller, but I'm having trouble. Please send directions. All right. Craig Ward. I mean, so click that Discord link. All right. This is what you have to do, Craig Ward. All you got to do is click that Discord link. It should send you to the waiting list room. All right. Read the instructions there. Once you're in the waiting list room, you're going to see instructions that says go to the waiting room. And once you're in the waiting room, you're done. You just wait for Fritz to do the rest. All right?
Fritz put it up there for you, too.
That's it. Okay? It seems like you guys want to talk, and there might be technical difficulties going on. I'm going to try to prolong the show 2 more minutes to see if you make it in the room.
I remember him, Jay Boogie. I remember him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying who, but Schroeder remind me of Rod Strickland though. He got that same kind of swag. I love that, man.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do, Pooh? The next time, because people are confused about how to get in the room. Listen, to get in the room, there's a Discord link at the top, and you also see Fritz. He's one of our mods. He has a link going on right there. But I'll add a graphic on for next week's show, to let you know to join the chat, to click the Discord link in the chat. All right, you guys? That's how you join the live. Just hit the Discord link in the chat, and you can talk to us. Okay? All right, well, shout out to everybody in chat. Shout out to Jay Boogie. Tell him Alejandro was a caller. B. Sims, Junior Karoma. Craig Ward, James Johnson. Kaiser Soze 718. T. Mula. Shout out to you guys, all right? And Monsantos. Yo, in other weird news today, guys, ESPN Top 25.
We're really doing this?
Oh, my God. Don't do that, Dale.
What?
Oh, my gosh, man. Nah, man. That's it, man, please.
Whose man's is this, man? That's all I got. Whose man's is this? I don't understand this. I've come to the conclusion that RJ is just going to get disrespect. He doesn't have the flashy game. His name is kind of like real steady power game. And because he has the real steady power game, I think he's just going to be disrespected until he's like a 30-point scorer, man. Until he's like
RJ been busting people in their ass this year. I don't hear that, man. Come on, man. That's stupid.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't even want to hear that.
I don't get it. ESPN knows what they're doing, I guess, man. They just make their list.
They know Knicks fans are going to get up in arms when they don't see one of our guys up in the top 25, especially when it's 25 under 25.
Yeah.
Definitely targeted.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, man. I can't stand that. I can't stand lists like that. And then you have Stephen A, who's like going off on it, which is like a whole crazy thing of itself, where you have someone in the same company making a list, and they have someone in the same company just trashing the list.
Alex. That's how you corner the market.
That's how you corner the market. But then on top of it,
you sell the drugs and the cure, all right? Business 101.
That's that daytime Maury Purvis thing they got going.
Oh my God. But the worst part on top of that too is that you have Perkins, who's trashing the writers, and then you have Bobby Marks, who might have been one of the guys contributing to that list, who says he's disappointed in Kendrick Perkins. So it's just a whole mess, just like going around at ESPN. Oh my God, man.
Company on company crime right now.
I don't get it, bro.
I love Big Perk, but I want to tell you, man, I keep getting reminders every time he opens his mouth. Never let him be a GM anywhere, because oh my God, that guy.
Oh man. Yeah. I just drove. I got the man, the myth, Telly Alejandro in the room.
Yes. Testing.
Yes.
Testing.
Testing. Yes.
Let's get it going, baby. Yes.
My man.
Yo, Jay Ellis, I can only hear you.
You can only hear me? Okay. Interesting. Before
Yes.
the other gentleman can only hear Raw. All right. Did you hit the live button?
I did not press watch stream.
Watch-
I just did though. Let me hear them test.
Okay. Now go ahead, Raw. Say something.
My man, tell him.
Yes, I can hear you, Unc. I can hear you.
There we go. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Oh,
Let's
all
go.
right, check this out. I don't even have a question. I just want to call to show love to
Okay.
all three of y'all. God bless. You already know what it is. I just saw in the box score, it looks like the Celtics lost. So, they're going to be in a bad mood. But that
Okay.
ain't our problem.
That's
We
not our
got to kick
problem.
their butts tomorrow.
No,
You
I'm
feel me?
glad they lost.
Yeah,
Philly beat
they
them.
butts.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, Philly beat them. And that's one thing. When it comes to sports, when it comes to New Yorkers and Boston, we don't get along.
Nope.
We do not get along. It's always war, whether it's Red Sox, Yankees, the C's, the Knicks, whatever
That's
it
a
is.
fact.
So we got to put some work in tomorrow.
Fact.
I want to see how RJ does with Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Jason Tatum, because I'm always going to
Absolutely.
study what RJ's doing. Always intrigued with his progression. I'm not one of these clowns who wants to trade him. I
Good.
believe in that young man.
Exactly.
My man.
Let's go.
That's a smart man right there.
Let's
tell him.
My
go.
man.
Go ahead, tell him, man. Go tell
Yo,
him.
all
Tell
three of
him,
y'all
man.
keep cooking, baby. Keep cooking. Keep doing y'all thing. And we're going to see what's up tomorrow. You already know what it is.
Exactly. You already
We
know.
already know what it is. We already know what it is.
That's what's up. Salute to my man. Always bringing the energy, Mr.
Yeah.
Tell him
Love it.
Alejandro.
Yeah,
Love it.
let's go.
That's my spirit
Yeah.
animal. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody be safe, man.
Exactly.
Keep cooking.
I
God
love that
bless.
brother, man. My man.
All right. Going to war. Hit the gunshots for war, Raw. Hit the gunshots. We going to war, Raw.
Yo, RJ not top 25?
What is that about? I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's looking like Iller is in the chat. I'm gonna bring Iller down. Before we had technical difficulties from Iller, but I think it might be fixed.
Uh-oh.
Let's
We
see
get
how
the
it go.
triple Grammy today.
Let's see how it go.
Alejandro and Iller.
Yeah, man. Now Iller, once you're in this room, you gotta hit the watch stream. Okay? Can you hear me, Iller?
I can hear you.
Let's go!
There it is.
Are we on the air?
Yes, we are on the air, sir.
Oh man, finally, bro. This thing was like a pain in the butt, man.
Woo, we got it working, bro. We got it working. Can you hear
We have
Raw?
arrived.
Can you hear Raw?
I only hear you.
Okay, hit the watch stream button or the stream button.
All right.
You hit it?
You all the way live,
Uh,
Iller?
1 second.
This pod was brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped. Does down there look like Frisdale's fro?
Yo, Miami lost too.
Hey! Let's
There we
go.
go.
Wait, it ain't over. There's a minute 37 left, but they down 19.
Oh, they got 19? Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
over.
yeah, that's over.
That's over. That's over, man.
Daggone Hawks beat the Pelicans though.
Oh, man. Yo, come on, pals.
Watch stream.
Yeah.
Where's watch stream? I'm looking for this thing.
Okay, all right. But can't find it? All right. We're just going to have, for this one, we're just going to have to rock with it. You're going to have to
It's
rock.
on you, JS. It's on you,
All
baby.
right. So what's your question, Illa? Or stream live? Can you see the stream live button?
Unfortunately, I do not see it.
All right, cool. What's your question, sir? Let's get to it.
All right, man. Let's just get to it,
Let's just
man.
get to it,
I'm
man.
just glad to be on the KOT show, man.
Facts, man. Glad to have you on finally. RJ's biggest fan has finally hit the KOT show, man. Gunshot. Oh, let's go. What you got to say, Iller?
Yeah, salute to Raw Hebrew, man. I'm loving them white pearly teeth, bro. You should be on those Mentos commercials, man. Pantene or Trident. I gotta give a shout out to Raw Hebrew, man.
Yeah, shout out to the pearls.
Oh, yeah, bro. Those things are blinging, man.
Yo, get them Mexicans
But,
on the team,
yeah,
man.
man,
They know what they doing,
Speaking
baby.
of RJ, bro, let me tell you one thing, man. I'm actually excited for the off season. I got my tickets
Okay.
for Canada's Olympic qualifying, bro, and RJ
nice.
is a part of that team, man.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So the Olympics for qualifying start in June 29. It's in beautiful British Columbia, so I gotta head out there. Canada's in the same group with China and Greece.
Okay.
So we get past them, you know, go to the Olympics, man. And it's going to be exciting, man, because I get to see, like, you know, RJ live.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to that. Because usually what I do is every year I go to New York just for one game per season.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know what I mean? Because of COVID, unfortunately, you know, it's not really panning out because the borders are closed and whatnot.
Right.
So hey, at least I get to see RJ in his home country, right?
Exactly.
So that's pretty exciting. And he gets to play with Shea Alexander. He got called up. Kelly Olynyk, Jamal Murray.
All right.
So hey, you know what happens?
Yeah.
Those guys talk.
Hey.
Maybe he can learn. He
Come
can
to New
learn
York,
into
baby.
the Knicks.
Yes.
That's right, man. That's right, man. So we gotta check. Actually, I want to see when those guys are free agents, man. Especially Shea Alexander. That's an up and coming boy, man. That guy can play,
yeah,
bro.
Shea is nasty.
He's good, man. And yeah, so I'm excited for like RJ's, you know, off season, you know, because he's gonna be putting in some work. So, you know, and if we qualify, hey, bonus, man. So
absolutely.
But I see RJ this year as kind of like a learning experience for RJ this year. That's how I see it. You know, maybe people have different views of that, you know, but I think next season you're going to see a whole new RJ, man. I'm telling you right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, as of today, he's averaging. Listen, man, when I look at the numbers for RJ, I wanted to be around 18. He's at 17 right now. But what I'm really looking for is percentages. That's what I look for when it comes to growth. Like, as an average NBA player, you have to be able to at least hit 35% from three, and he's doing that. And for a guy, like, and from the field, you want to hit around 45%. He's at 44 right now. So to me, that's the baseline. And he's hitting that in his second year.
Mm-hmm.
So when people are
that's
go ahead.
true.
Mm-hmm. So when people are saying RJ's not this, RJ's not that, look, just concentrate on what he is doing right now. It's his second year. He has time to grow. And listen, man, he's ahead of schedule. Second year, man. Third year, like Clyde said, he should be looking to be an all-star. When he puts it all together, he should be getting more like around 20 or 21 and still having those same percentages and maybe even higher at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
And on top of that, like, you got to remember the guy's like, I don't like to use age as an excuse or anything like that. And listen, he is 20 years old, right? And listen, this is his second year. He's a sophomore in the NBA, right?
Right.
So this guy, I think he scored 20, maybe 20 plus points in like 22 games this season, maybe more. I could be wrong, like hit or miss. And yeah, man, like his average in points is spectacular, man, for what he's doing right now. He's wearing the heaviest jersey in the league. Come on, you know what I mean? And people expect this guy to be like a Harlem Globetrotter, you know, like right off the bat. Like, relax, people. He'll get there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And hold on one second. I know Ro wanted to respond, and you can't hear him, but go ahead, Ro.
No, I'm just saying, I'm selfishly worried about this Olympic thing. I'm worried I don't want our guy to get hurt. So I'm just like, I'm glad he's playing. I just don't get hurt. You know, that's all I'm saying. Because he's due, like you said, for another step up next year.
Absolutely. And Ro said he doesn't want him to get hurt. Iller, that's what he said. Anything else you want to add to that, Iller?
No, man. I just wanted to call in, man, just to, you know, get this thing working and see. So, like, you know, that's about it.
Absolutely, yo. Appreciate you, Illa. Now you at least know how to get in here and get things popping. Next time you're gonna be able to hear everybody. That's the next step, right? When you see the little watch stream button, then you'll be able to get the full experience of KOT, all right? So shout out to Illa, man. You finally got on the show. He's been in here like every episode, so shout out to you for real, man.
That's right.
All right, thanks for having me, guys. Good night.
All right, yo. Good night, man. Illa, man. #1 RJ fan. In Knicks Nation, man.
If you're gonna fan somebody, that's a good kid to fan.
That's a good kid to fan, man.
And don't forget his boy Iggy, man. I know he's not on the team anymore, but Iller loves Iggy too. So
never forget.
Yeah, I like Iggy. Right? Matter of fact, this guy Crispert from or Gonzaga. Mm-hmm. You remind me a lot of Iggy, man.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
He's same fundamental stuff. He's not left-handed, but I mean, he reminds the same kind of moves, same size. They're both like 6'7". He reminds me a lot of Iggy. That's why I'm out. Yeah, well, that's why I'm not as high, because if Iggy couldn't crack the rotation, I can't see how this kid would either. But anyway.
Got it. All right. Well, salute to Illa. All right. I think that's our show, guys. No more callers in the queue. Hopefully it'll be smoother. It's funny. The first night was smoother. This night we got it going eventually. We got it going eventually. But the more shows we have, the more things we'll tweak, and the better this will be. All right. So shout out to everybody who's rocking with us at the KOT show. Salute to everybody in the chat. Jose Alvarez, Tony Ward, Telem Alejandro, Juju Karoma, Precocious Neophyte. Shout out to you, man. Is your name Boost Mobile? Like, really? That's your, okay, shout out to Boost Mobile.
It sounds like a commercial.
And shout out to Rick V as well. All right, shout out to you. Yeah, we just wrap this up, man. Raw, where can they find you, Raw?
Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube. My man holding it down, Fritz, put that up for me already, and then Raw Hebrew Remnant also on Twitter.
Yo, shout out to Fritz on it, man. Shout out to Fritz, man, doing a good
Fritz,
job
Fritz
moderating,
nice, man.
moderating the heck out of everything. All right. And where can they find you, Alex?
Jay, Raw, it's always great talking Knicks with you guys. Thanks for having me on as always. Also, shout out to Iller for giving me the good wishes for tomorrow and surviving for tomorrow. And also shout out to Jay Boogie for calling me young Franco Harris. So
You call you young Franco?
Shout out to Joe. Go
shout
out to Jay Boogie.
Franco's grandson, man. Oh my God, it's right.
Yo,
Jay Boogie with the nicknames, man.
Yo, he said it on Knicks Fan TV. He called me that, and I told him the story. My mom actually is a big Steelers fan. She loves Franco Harris. And actually, back in my childhood bedroom back home in New York, there's a big Franco Harris painting.
Oh man,
Franco.
spot on.
So I get Franco. It's all good. I love.
I never thought that till you just said it. See, now I can't get it out of my head because you do look like Franco.
So shout out to Boogie, shout out to Knicks Nation, and for everyone out there, you can find me on Twitter at Stratocaster101. You can find my pieces over at Hoops Habit, part of the Fansided Network, where I cover the Knicks and some of the NBA over there. You can also find my work at KnicksFanTV.com. You can find the podcast, Knicks, Jets, etc. on all streaming platforms. And if you're into sports betting, I'm over at Tally Site doing Knicks coverage over there with some other NBA betting as well.
Busy over here.
You know what it is, man. I'm half Jamaican, so.
You know what that is? That Jamaican work ethic,
jobs.
man. You got 20 jobs, man.
You need 5 more jobs.
Yeah, man. You slacking, dog. You slacking.
You must be lazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. You already know. You can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Nick of Time Show on Instagram, and also find our blogs at thenicoftimeshow.com. Also, you know what? Shout out to Ken, who wrote a really nice piece. That kind of, it's a nice little feel good piece at thenicoftimeshow.com that kind of explains the Knicks roller coaster, and it kind of let's get a look at the bright side of what's going on with the Knicks and where we are, all right, versus these other teams that we're jockeying against. So shout out to Ken and go to thenicoftimeshow.com and read the latest article on the Knicks roller coaster season, all right? And yeah, that is it. That is our show, man. We are out of here. Peace.